Welcome back to our Insure Group postgame show inside Gelsman Stadium. Woodward Boomers victorious over the Blue Jays tonight. Final score 28-14. Time now for the F&M Bank on-field interview with Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beeby. Let's go downstairs with Seth Robbins.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Coach Beeby. Coach, they made it interesting there at the end. From my vantage point on the sideline, it looked like nobody quit. The defense played hard right till the end, got a little gas there on the last touchdown. Kind of a questionable call on the wheel route. But, you know, the kids fought hard. You really can't ask more than that from them.
Well, hats off to Coach Lucian and his team. They came in and played a physical brand of football. We kept them hanging around. Early on, I told a couple people during the week, you know, I thought we were pretty evenly matched, and it'd come down to turnovers and big plays, and that was the case. You know, we gave up a couple of silly things on that one drive they had in the first half. I think they had 39 yards rushing in the first half, but, you know, had points on the board, the scoop and score fumble. You know, they were very opportunistic, took advantage of some of our mistakes. I don't fault the effort of the kids. I thought they played hard. You know, film will tell more. You know, tough loss for us. You know, really puts us behind the 8 ball as far as trying to achieve a playoff spot now. Got to come back in focus. We'll practice tomorrow afternoon, or excuse me, Sunday afternoon for Carl Albert, and continue to try to improve as a team and get another win.
Coach, you feel good offensively. You came out on the first offense and scored. It looked like things might be going. Then it kind of went into a little lull somewhere in the middle of that before kind of finding that spark again in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, Talik leaves the game, and we had some things built for him, and Josh starts limping, and momentum shifts, and you know, we weren't as fluid as obviously we needed to be. Last 6 or 7 minutes, we looked fairly efficient. You know, I really like this crew we've got in here, but, you know, I really question the call that was made on that wheel route when we, you know, had a chance to make it 21 right there with 2.5 minutes, 3 timeouts. Yep. But anyway, you know, you can't blame the officials. We made too many mistakes to win. And, you know, they capitalized on what we did. And you know, we're gonna find out what these guys are made of. Record set aside, we're gonna find out if they're Blue Jays, if they're, you know, believe in it in their gut, and they want to continue to fight and work and improve and represent this community in this town.
Coach, the defense, I think, again, played well enough to win and held them to under 200 yards total offense. We, you know, the stats offense, we were right at 400 yards offensively. You know, all that being said, can't do anything about that. I did think our defense played well enough to win another football game. How do you get the kids pointed back in the right direction? You got a monster staring us straight in the eyes with Carl Albert.
Well, you know, we have to look at ourselves right now, you know, and try to digest it little bit by little bit of technically how we can improve and mentally how we can improve, you know, because we had a lot of, you know, shoot yourselves in the foot moment tonight. You know, we got a lot of working parts with people moving around. Obviously, you know, Hector out and Talik out, a couple of our really key guys. We've got, you know, a little hamstringed as far as where we can put people, and then having to throw them into situations tonight where, you know, they might not have that many reps. And again, you know, it's not an offense, defense, or special teams thing. It's a team thing. You know, and like you say, we moved the ball up and down, just didn't get across the end zone often enough. So we'll evaluate that whole thing. We'll look at Guthrie first. You know, I think Carl Albert probably could get ready for us without watching film, and we could probably get ready for Carl Albert without watching film as far as how they line up, who their kids are, and those kind of things. You know, right now it's about Guthrie and how our kids are going to respond and what leaders step up and who we think leaders may step to the side and you know, and how we finish this season.
Coach, thank you for your time.
I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank
you,
Coach.
Head Coach Kelly Beeby on the F&M Bank on-field interviews here inside Gelsman Stadium as the Blue Jays lose it here to the Boomers. Final score 28-14.